So a lot of people have accused Brent Rivera of being a thief, a content thief, a thumbnail thief. That's it. That's it. A few famous examples. We got this one. Which is just insane. But there's a channel on YouTube that has done this so many times and so successfully, and I've never really seen people call them out on a massive scale. These people are, of course, the Stokes twins. So this, Jesus, it's loud. The Stokes twins are, they're essentially in the same category as Brent Rivera. In fact, they essentially look like two Brent Riveras. That's why it's not that surprising that they're stealing stuff. Double the Brent Rivera, double the stealing. That's just how it goes. Brent does like a content heist, I don't know, once every like 2 months. Pretty bad. Not excusable. Very bad behavior, right? But the Stokes twins, they do it essentially every single video. Let's look at this new thumbnail. I was murdered. As a thumbnail connoisseur, what can I say? Very good thumbnail. It looks lovely. It does kind of take inspiration from like that one famous John Wick picture. The gold contrasts really well with the black. All of it is just like, pointing towards the attention point of the thumbnail. Just really good stuff, Well, they weren't the ones that made it. So Darius, his Twitter at is iBeatsMedia. He's a full-time thumbnail designer, works for really, really big YouTubers. And apparently, the twins, they've just been on a rampage, just going after every single design that he's made and stealing it. One by one. Don't want to be a broken record calling out thumbnail stealers, but shout out to the absolute callousness of literally taking my thumbnail and editing out the middle part, all to print out a lovely 2.9 million views. So that's the original thumbnail, and that's the one with a bunch of twins in it. The guns are exactly the same. It's the exact same asset that he created. Now, if you just took like a small asset from a thumbnail, if your thumbnail designer did that or something, like I can sort of see how that happens, right? Like a small bit of a thumbnail. Obviously not this, which is like, that's like the most prominent asset in the thumbnail. Like, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. They didn't know that it was an original asset that this person made. It was just blissful unawareness. When I first saw this, I was like, maybe there's enough difference between the two of these. There isn't a lot. I'm just a nice guy. I'm just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt because I'm an incredibly nice guy. Here they have a rope on them. They have a rope. He doesn't have a rope. He like wears a suit. They wear bright colored shirts. I'm trying to go their way, But I'm guessing the thumbnail with the changes must have not done as well as they usually does, because then they just went on to fully steal it. No rope or shirts with fun colors. Just a full-on one-to-one thievery. That's the Stokes twins version, and that's Darius's version. It's the f***ing same. I'm usually very laid back when it comes to these things, because at the end of the day, recreating something still requires some level of skill and understanding of both design and YouTube theory. And ultimately, an artist is, the majority of the time, still getting paid. But when we arrive at a point of legitimately stealing something and spitting out a more successful product without crediting the original artist/team behind the idea, I would say we're bordering on dangerous territory. This guy is being as nice as you can be. This is like next level stuff. Look at this. So that's the original thumbnail, escaping 100 layers of candy versus chocolate. It is technically recreated, I guess. They just put a different pile of candies there. But they just switched the location of the Mr. Beast bar and the Skittles pack. It's the same thing. 100 myths your parents lied about. It's the same tactic. They just switched the things. From their perspective, if they just switch the things, that's it. That's fair use. That's what fair use is all about. If you just switch the things, switch the locations, that's okay. I've been seeing this type of thumbnail circling a lot with these kind of horrible creators. My wife was murdered. My twin brother was murdered. I mean, to be clear, I think the original creator is Preston. I'm not a fan of what he's doing as well. But at least he's not stealing all the time, you know? By not a fan, I mean, like, I don't watch his video. It's not for me, his videos. I just don't like this trend of, I mean, you're essentially just trying to trick kids into thinking that this person that's always in your videos has been killed. I think that's a bit weird, but maybe also funny. Maybe it's funny to prank kids. Just insane, the audacity of it. Like, for this bit, they replicated the kind of weird thing that he has going on his eyes. Didn't really need to do that. That's not like a necessary addition to the thumbnail. It works like it's the same thing without it. And kind of the most, like, outrageous bit about this is, like, this isn't spread out over time. They've been stealing this person, specifically this person's thumbnails, on such a regular basis that, like, out of their last 6 videos, 4 of them are his thumbnails. I wouldn't be surprised if the other 2 are just a different person's thumbnails. That's insane. I'd be losing my mind if I was this guy. I would feel so targeted. I guess it's a compliment as well. But you don't really get paid with compliments, do you? I mean, these people are essentially making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of his work, and he's not seeing a dime out of that. A video titled 100 Myths Your Parents Lied About would just never do as well without a thumbnail that was like very, very clickable. Just insane. You know, the goal, 4 out of 6 of the latest videos, his stuff. Wild. Also, just like as a point of reference, just so you can see how many people have done the my blank was murdered thumbnail / video. Look at this. Look at this. My little sister was murdered. I was murdered. He was murdered twice. Poor guy was murdered twice. They got him twice. So Brent stole this one as well, to be clear. So his sister was murdered. He was murdered. He was murdered again. Then this guy was murdered. I just realized I spelled murdered like an idiot earlier. I spelled with an O, like a fool. Oh, so yeah, Preston, the original guy, he was also murdered, but he was murdered with these guns and not the casket. But then they were like, we're also gonna steal this one. he was like trying to change it up, and they were like, we're gonna be taking this one as well. Thank you very much. Just such a shame, you know? All these incredible YouTubers murdered. So this guy said, I can understand if they would have created their own, since this is just John Wick style layout, but to use your exact thumbnail and assets, no excuse. It's been a gradual transformation for them to go from recreation to literal stealing. I think the more they know they can get away with it, the more blatant they'll become, which is true. I don't know if YouTube should enforce this stuff more. You can always kind of claim this slippery slope type of thing, I guess. But this is unfair. Like, you know, this is work. Thumbnail artists, especially for YouTubers on this level, it's a big job that deserves quite a lot of money. This person, that's their full-time job, right? It's just like fascinating that they know, they're like, yeah, I guess we can pay this person full-time to join our team and just do as good of a job as they're doing for this person. But no, instead we're just gonna literally copy and paste the stuff that he worked on. And they're millionaires. They're multi-millionaires. They can just afford paying this guy to make stuff for them. But they're not going to, because YouTube is not enforcing this, and they know that they can get away with it. And if that doesn't cut it, if you remember the first thumbnail I showed you, the one where, like with Brent Rivera in the Capsule Hotel, the one that everyone was talking about it, guess what? Brent was not the only one to steal it. These motherfuckers did it too. They did it as well. They stole from this guy too. I guess at the very least they wore a different colored shirt and flipped it. They flipped the thumbnail. That's their MO though. They just flip the things. That's their little kind of artist signature. They just take the thing and then they flip it, you know? That's kind of their style, I guess. Yeah, going through their thumbnails, I'm definitely recognizing a lot of these. There's a Mr. Beast thumbnail that looks like this. I've seen this one with the circle. That's a Mr. Beast thumbnail too. That's that one. What the hell is this? What the hell is this thumbnail? Who did this Photoshop work? Losing 200,000 calories in 50 hours. That doesn't seem like a healthy idea to promote. Bit of a hot take. I don't think that's a healthy idea to promote. Christ. This looks awful. What are they do? What is this? What is this? What is this? What have they done to themselves? It's fascinating because they didn't even have like a dip in views before they started stealing from this guy. Like 2 months ago, they got a video with 20 million views could be stolen as well, by the way, as far as I know. And yeah, then they kind of started getting into it. If anything, they've been getting less views. So why are they doing this? They should just stick to their weird ass, uncanny valley ass thumbnails. If enough people sneak in the phrase Pinely was murdered in the comments, I will do a video where I watch just all of these awful videos. I'll watch all of them. I usually get yeah, I guess around this amount of comments per video on this channel. So if I get 200 comments that say Pinely was murdered, you can just insert it like in a longer sentence or something. I'll watch all of them. And let me know if you think that YouTube should take this stuff down. Subscribe for more murdered people? I don't know.